What's going on, everybody? I'm on site here in Rochester at Millennium Games. We just finished our store championship. Seth, crowned victorious. So Seth, you don't normally play here though, right? Why don't you just start off by giving your group a shout out? And
we have about 15 regular players down in Binghamton, New York. It's called the Southern Tier Netrunner Group, the STNG, just to let you know.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you guys have shirts and stuff?
No.
Like a squad?
But we do have a kick-ass league with lots of achievements. So I run this like huge spreadsheet where you get to sign off stuff when you get them, and then whoever's got the most achievement points at the end. So it promotes new players essentially.
Nice.
And a cool thing about it is that when we sign up the league and we do each round, you get a random ID when you play that round and against a random opponent. So each round you're playing a new deck with a common card pool. So if somebody came in with one core set, your opponent has to play with only one core set with the random ID that they got.
Wow.
So it works out really well for new people.
Nice, because that is hard. It's hard to get into or show up at a game store and try and be involved when you only have limited or be that new person, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see you guys are trying to accommodate that.
Especially with the LCG model where it's, you know, I don't want to spend $150 to see if this game is not my bag.
Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. What the people want to see is your deck list.
Okay.
So why don't you talk about your corporation first? You ran...
NBN Making News.
Do you have an MVP of the
yeah,
deck?
I mean, the meta right now is NBN Making News is pretty badass, but the 2 games were won straight up by, what's it called? That stupid card that gives you a trace and you can pull cards from their hand. It costs 2. It's one of the Grey Ops cards.
Well, it's not Activision, is it?
No.
Oh no, it's your corporation.
Yeah, it's an NBN card. It does a trace for 2. It's a double card, and you can pull resources and events out of the person's hand for how much you beat them in your trace. Now that card, coupled with Scorched Earth on a botched run, and everyone's running Tag Me, will kill somebody even if they've got a full hand of cards. So you don't need 2 Scorched Earth in your deck.
Nice.
And it's really cheap to do. You don't need 6 credits.
You know, you're the second person that has tried to cut down on the Scorch Splash. I saw another store championship that we had, our local one. Someone had 1 Scorched Earth, and then they were running Archive Memories just to pull it back.
Yeah, yeah. The worst thing that I've seen, and this is brutal, HB deck. They run Punitive Counterstrike and only 3-point agendas. They run 3 Punitive Counterstrikes, but they have 3 Archive Memories in their deck. So all you do is you score 1, so they'll actually leave 1 out if they have a ton of money. They'll leave it out, they'll, you know, put 2 counters on it, and they'll go, whatever. You know, you can run there, but you're gonna die immediately. That is awful.
Someone was not playing nice there. So what else? How did your MBN, what was the main theme behind it?
It's fast advance, but the main thing is that you just throw cards on the table and let them take it because you have mid-seasons. And you are playing, the interesting thing, there's no barriers in there, no in the runs. It's only toll booths and costly ice.
So talk about that point for a moment. The last pack came out and all of a sudden everyone's like, wrap around.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm a meta player. I look at the cards that are in the newest data pack and I go, which cards are going to be played a lot? Everyone played wraparound. So the counters to wraparound are actually in that pack. It's Knight. So right now I've got 3 Knights in my runner deck and 3 Corroders and no other Icebreakers. That's it.
Wow.
And the reason being is if as soon as you see I'm playing Reina Roja, so they res it, cost 3, I face check it, and they go, oh, I'm good for a little bit. Well, you're not good, because I have a good chance of having one of those cards in my hand, and I just break it. And then I have some events to back that up. Like I run Index and some other stuff. So.
Now, do you notice anything else, any other challenges you had playing your deck today? Anybody give you a good run for their money with a weird combination you haven't seen?
The deck's really good against NBN. It's really bad against HB, but no
So
one.
your runner deck you're talking
My
about,
runner
right?
deck.
Okay.
No, my core deck is ridiculously good. It's very rare that it loses to anything. It only loses because I leave R&D open quite a bit. It loses against index, so I fear index quite a bit.
But I don't see that much anymore.
I don't see that much, but I do fear keyhole. So in the last round, the guy played a first turn keyhole. He played it on his third click though, so he only got to do one run on it, and then I got to hole up.
So on the other side of that then, so your runner deck, what kind of style were you doing for that? You said you were running Reina.
Yeah, Reina Roja is not a good identity. I just wanted to prove that you can win with her.
I think you're the first person to actually come out on record.
This is a terrible identity. But it's cool, and it's got such a cool chick on the front that you totally want to, use her and make a really good deck around her because her ability is so synergistic with so many cards now. The problem is they're not good cards when you take them and look at them by themselves. They have to all work together really well, so you have to get a really good card draw. What's missing from Anarch is there's no good card draw.
Yeah.
So I tried two builds. I tried one with 3 Mr. Lees to add that card draw, but it was still inconsistent, and I didn't have any cool splashes in. And then I ran this one, which just I rely on 2 quality times, and then I just draw whenever I free clicks. I don't run very often. That's the thing.
So what your MVP of that build is?
One game, I have 2 account siphons in with massive recursion. Okay, that is usually doesn't work because everybody holds up on HQ. So that's kind of if you didn't do it, you lost the game on the first turn. Okay, so if they didn't hold up on HQ, if they did hold up on HQ, then I'm in for the long game, and it's really difficult to win with the long game. But this is what does it. Okay, so there's a combo that came out this build, and it is activist support and blackmail. Now, what you do is you run blind an account siphon into HQ, and you force them to spend all their money. Then you follow that up with a Plascrete and an activist support. They either have the option of gaining 2 and killing that, on the first draw, or they have to replenish. Okay, you do this when it's most optimal, meaning your next turn, if you lost it, no big deal, you have another thing to do.
Nice.
So you do that, and then you run blackmails the entire time.
So I also noticed that you run pretty loosely with tags sometimes.
Yeah.
You're running, the activist support. You have Joshua B in there, I saw.
Yeah.
So are you not worried about the tags? Or are you clearing them off?
I'm only clearing them off if I think they have psychographics in their hand, which happened in the last game. He was running a psycho deck, which, I thought he was going to win off the first turn, actually. I'm not sure that he had the option of holding up, which he did, or scoring through psycho graphics on the 4th turn, and he didn't choose the scoring, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But he had a good chance of winning.
So where do you think this game is going to go then from here?
I hope that Scorched Earth and Account Siphon go away, because they're all the decks that are good are around those 2 cards, and they're kill cards. You will know that the game is over way too early, especially with Scorched Earth, because the game is actually over. But it'd be good to either have some better counters, which is really difficult to do because they're so powerful, or to limit them. I think maybe limit them to in-faction would be an interesting, maybe not a Fantasy Flight game rule, but maybe a tournament house rule. It would you could still play with those cards, but it have to be in faction.
That would open up a lot of different variety in deck builds, too, right? As soon as someone's putting down sometimes the NBN, right, that they're
exactly.
You almost know what to expect,
careful.
right? And it's 2 turns in, you either know which way they're gonna flow.
Yeah.
Is there a runner you think is gonna get stronger, or a corporation you'd like to see more people go towards? Are you gonna jump on this Jinteki bandwagon train that's coming down soon?
Not really. I'm going to try it, but I think Grendel's pretty cool.
I don't think that's getting the respect it deserves right now.
No, I think it's pretty solid, but it's got to be really sneaky.
Yeah.
It's going to be if you turn Grendel into kind of a trap thing, which you can do with just some splashes, it can be devastating. There's not much influence to work with, but you could still do something with that, which could be cool. And the other thing is, that stealth with Blackguard is going to be
Yeah, Blackguard.
If not a good deck,
Yeah.
a really fun deck. It probably might not be a good deck.
I don't know how many criminal players are going to
exactly that.
to
Embrace
move towards
the
change.
jankiness of these weird, flipping over everybody's cards.
So how was it here at Millennium?
This is the second time I've been here. I was here for regionals last year and won that. And the Jim, right?
Yeah,
Jim's great. The store is amazing. It's huge. They have this huge room.
Yeah, we're in the computer lab right now.
Just with computers. There's probably 50 computers in here.
Big open gaming space. We can't thank Millennium Games enough for putting this on. There's always prize support extra put into these kits. He gave out store credit this time. He was pulling stuff from leftover league kits that he has.
Yeah.
The prize support was really stocked this time. Jim really does a wonderful job putting this on. Any closing words for the...
I just want to plug Drunk Ass Games. And if you're at Gen Con, we have the legendary Drunk Ass Party. It's freaking amazing.
How can they find you on that?
Drunkassgames.com. Yeah, we sell this game called Death Cup, and if you like board games, it's a complicated drinking game, essentially.
Is there such a thing?
Yes, we tried to, and I think we succeeded pretty well.
Perfect. Definitely go check that out. I'm going to go Google that right now, probably pick up a copy. Thanks a bunch for your time, Seth.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, for tuning in. Perfect.
Great, thanks.
Take care.